Hi, today we are going to do this reading comprehension with respect to poetry. And this is the third one from your second PUC book, and it's called Playthings by Rabindranath Tagore. Let's understand by reading it once and then let's answer the questions. Okay? Child, how happy you are sitting in the dust, playing with a broken twig all the morning. I smile at your play with that little bit of a broken twig. I'm busy with my accounts, adding up figures by the hour. Perhaps you glance at me and think, what a stupid game to spoil your morning with. Child, I have forgotten the art of being absorbed in sticks and mud pies. I seek out costly playthings and gather lumps of gold and silver. With whatever you find, you create your glad games. I spend both my time and my strength over things I can never obtain. In my frail canoe, I struggle to cross the sea of desire and forget that I too am playing a game. So I hope you've understood this. It's a very simple and nice poem by Rabindranath Tagore. So here it's a child that Tagore is talking about. He's saying the child is full of innocence. He is playing with the dust, with the mud, and with a broken twig. So you give a child anything, the child is always happy because the child doesn't know anything about making money or anything about the problems of the family or anything about what to do with people or what to eat or what to probably how to spend time. No, he doesn't think of anything else. But you give him a chance and choice, the child would only want to play, nothing else. He doesn't want books. He doesn't want. Today's children are very different. Very different. You give them a mobile phone and you give them TV. That's the end of the world. They don't need even mother and father, isn't it? So that being the case, here it's something which is written decades and decades ago. So now if it has to be converted, instead of saying playthings, we would have to say mobile things, isn't it? So, or video games. So that's what it is. But this is a story, this is a poem which was written many decades ago, and children were that innocent. Children just wanted to play with whatever they could think of. It could be a broken stick, it could be a paper ball, it could simply be sitting outside or climbing up the tree or playing with dogs or cats. It could be anything but just play. So that's about this particular poem. So, child, how happy you are sitting in the dust. So they would always play in the mud and soil. But today's children, I don't think they have the luxury of that. So parents are so they feel so uncomfortable if their children are playing in the mud or soil or trying to play outside, because they feel that they might catch infections, they might be vulnerable to certain things that they couldn't be exposed to. So they are constantly worried about their children. So the child is playing in the dust, playing with a broken twig, a small piece of stick, all the morning. So that's enough, nothing else. Today's children, you give them one entire pile of toys, they would be fed up with those toys in less than 1 hour. And I smile at your play with that little bit of a broken twig. So I smile at your play with that little bit of a broken twig. I find that, you are able to play even with a broken twig. And I'm busy with my accounts. So the poet is saying, I'm busy with my accounts, adding up figures by the hour. So I'm busy counting. I'm busy keeping a track of how much money spent or how much money is to be earned. So all those things, accounting is done by the adults, by the elders. Perhaps you glance at me and think, what a stupid game to spoil your morning with, isn't it? So for adults or for people who are grown-ups, for them it's their tensions, it is their worries, it's like, how do they run their families? But if the child were to look at the poet, it would think that it's a spoiler, isn't it? And child, I've forgotten the art of being absorbed in sticks and mud pies. So the poet is saying that, how I wish I had played with the sticks and mud pies. I've long time back forgotten all of these. The mud pies, with clay to make toys and play it. That is the mud pie. Pie is nothing but cake. So with mud and soil and clay, they make cakes and they play with that. Even on the beaches, when people go, even now they make that sand castles. So that's really fun to play with. And I seek out costly playthings and gather lumps of gold and silver. So the adults or the poet is saying that, people are busy trying to gather lumps of gold and silver. That means they're earning, they're busy, they want to make more money. But with whatever you find, you create your glad games, happy games, whatever. See, the child can play with a broken twig. So can you imagine with just dust? Absolutely no investment. But then, the child is so innocent. So when there is innocence, definitely, you don't need anything else. And I spend both my time and my strength over things I can never obtain. So as adults, as a poet, he spends time and strength over things that he can never get back, right? And in my frail canoe means boat, I struggle to cross the sea of desire and forget that I too am playing a game. So there are so many desires, there are so many wishes, there are so many aspirations. So in my frail canoe, it's like a small, weak boat. I struggle to cross a sea of desire and forget that I too am playing a game. So that is a game which the adults play. When grown-up play, they are playing a different game. It's more of a serious business. It's more of a serious game of life. But as a child, you should always keep your innocence. You should always ensure that you are happy and you enjoy the moment, every moment that you have. So that's about this playthings. And let us go ahead and answer the questions. Who is sitting in the dust? So the answer is right over here. The child is sitting in the dust. So a child. You can also write a child is sitting happy in the dust. So if you write happy child also, you'll get full marks. However, to ensure that your writing skills are up to the mark, you can write a child is sitting happy in the dust. Okay. Then what was the child playing with? It was playing. So it is right over here. I smile at your play with the little bit of a broken twig. So here the answer is right here. Sorry. It was playing with it's over here. It was playing with the broken twig. Next is, what is the poet busy with? He is busy with the accounts. So I am busy with my accounts, isn't it? So he is busy with his accounts. Here is the answer. Next is, what has the poet forgotten? So what has he forgotten as a child? The poet has forgotten the art of being absorbed in sticks and mud pies. He's forgotten the art of being absorbed and in sticks and mud pies. So playing during the childhood, all the little games, all the fun things that was played. So that the poet has forgotten. The writer gathers. What is the writer or the poet? What does he gather? He gathers lumps of gold and silver. So you have an option over here. If they had given you what does a writer gather, you can write lumps of gold and silver. However, the choices are given to you over here. The choices are here: twigs, lumps of gold, and playthings. So you can write lumps of gold. So this is your reading comprehension. This will be for 5 marks, and it is very simple, isn't it? So you can prepare all these things. You can start looking at, now these are simple versions, and I am sticking on to your syllabus and trying to complete it. However, you can also increase the difficulty level, and I'll make an attempt to send you some copies of a little difficult reading comprehension. I'll give it to you as your assignments. You can do it to ensure that you're able to answer more and more difficult articles. So that will give you confidence to answer anything, and it will also improve your vocabulary, it would improve your understanding, and it will also improve your perspective of reading skills. Okay, so thank you so much, and you have a great day. Bye.